Brothers and sisters, you are listening the concept of enlightenment, which is the very common concept for the religious starters. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is a state of awakened understanding. It can be described as the transcendence of suffering and desire in order to obtain spiritual liberation. To be enlightened is to be freed from the tyranny of the mind and to experience deep spiritual peace, presence, and wholeness. The state of enlightenment vary depending on the tradition. In Buddhism, enlightenment is usually seen as an awakening to the absolute truth, which releases the enlightened is the goal of all meditation and yogic practices, physical, mental, or spiritual. In terms of path to enlightenment, different school of yoga and philosophy prescribe different routes. For instance, classical as a way. Brothers and sisters, how our ancient culture, civilization, and Indian climate have the greatest glimpse throughout the world because of spiritual standard. It has its spiritual standard throughout the world. Where there is a conflict between the developed nations, among all the nations of the world, India has the greatest and the most powerful standard of spiritualistic feelings. In our feelings, in our thoughts, in our actions, we have the power of regeneration, recreation, and reoperation. And it was proved time to time through the great message which was provided by our nation. What is the value of one? How the one can change, can bring revolutionary and visionary change in the world. So on that principle or doctrine, we must apply the teachings of our foreteller, forecaster, forefathers. If we will follow and obey the true teachings of our religious starters, then our India will become the world power, economically, socially, politically, in all the scales and standards. Our India can emerge because of its spiritual values. We have become the religious starter. All the foreigners, outsiders, those who are busy in materialistic world, They are just spending their time in earning and spending. But whenever they feel fed up, then they turn towards the spiritual taste of our Indian land. They return to the Indian land for knowing